I left my slippers outside, he will come over and choke me and throw me by the slippers for me to put it on. Literally lift me high in the air and throw me right by the slippers for me to put on the slippers. And I better put it on fast, or else it's more of that. And with the bread and stuff, I had to sit there whole night with licks on top of it. He never used to beat us with any like belt or anything. It was mostly fist and hand, sometimes feet too. I can't really remember how old I was, but from ever since I could remember, from small as I think it's about 7, I could start to remember from. But I think it was going on before that as well too. But I would say 7 years old. As a child, like when I was getting abused, I used to say, well, I kind of deserve it, and because I thought that was originally, I thought that was normal licks, because I didn't have the sense at the time. So I used to say, well, it's normal, I did something wrong, all right, but I still thought that something was wrong. But then when I used to see mommy getting abused, I knew something was wrong with it, because something inside of me just knew a man not supposed to be beating up a woman like that. It affected me pretty bad, starting from primary school as well, even with my friends out on the streets. I used to be very aggressive, even with the girls in school. At first, I used to just take everything from everybody, and one day, I couldn't take anymore. This anger just came out, and girl, boy, teacher, everybody will get it. I fighting with everybody. I cursing everybody at the same time.
This was in primary school?
Yeah. I think I got suspended 8 times in primary school. When I was home for a week, I used to be in the road, like when playing football, so the slightest thing that happened in the road, which normal friends happen to make a mistake and hit you or something, I never used to take it. I used to find a stone or something and sky behind somebody. Because I was really scrawny and skinny, right? I always tell myself, I cannot live like this and watch my mom getting beat up all the time. I getting beat up all the time. My sisters, my brothers. So I need to try and do something about it. So I went and learned kickboxing. So I started lift weights and stuff. So once I tried to fight back with him, I think that was about, when I now joined kickboxing. So I tried to fight back with him, but even though he had catch me on guard, I know I can't put up with him still. Okay, he was way bigger than me still, and I tried. I was sitting there and I was watching TV, and all I felt was a slap came from the right side of my ears, and I was on the floor on the next minute, and all I was feeling was kicks straight in my ribs, in my face, all over my body. So I really couldn't fight back then. But just the other day, I think it was last 2 months, he came back and he came upstairs because he had a restraining order on him. Mommy wasn't there, and he tried to come and abuse my sister. So he started off quarreling. So I came outside and said, well, what are you doing upstairs? Because I was still trying to keep the best relationship I could keep with him, because that is my father. And he didn't want to hear nothing. He carried on and carried on. He walked downstairs and started to ramble and ramble. So eventually, it turned out to the fighting side. And when I defend myself, he realized he couldn't fight with me anymore, and he just stopped. And I am 21 now. I maintain respect for him because I go to church and stuff, and I read the Bible, and I believe that you must always have respect for your mother and father, no matter what they do, even though they might be wrong and you mightn't want to accept that. You must still respect your parents. I came over the violent period when I started to be more active in training, and mommy sent me counseling and stuff like that. Stuff to take out all the bottled up anger inside and place it somewhere. So when a situation arises, I might be still mad, but not as before. Some coping mechanisms is that you could use sports, you could use anything that you like or you're interested in, even painting, drawing, anything that will take your mind off of the situation where it is going on, even though the situation mightn't be in front of your face at the moment, you will still have it bottled up inside. So you take your passion or anything you like to do and you just do it and put most of your efforts into it. And some parts of the anger will just easily drift away with some counseling. For a person who went through abuse and went through any kind of struggles in life that you don't like, you always have to keep yourself on P's and Q's. You have to watch what you do. You have to always watch what you do, because unconsciously you could end up doing the same exact thing, because as a child you grew up seeing that all your life, and behind your mind, your subconscious might think, well, this is how to live. So you always have to keep yourself at the edge. The main thing about this, if you really don't want to be like the person, you always need forgiveness. If you don't forgive the person who caused the abuse or you felt caused the abuse, you really need to forgive, because if you hold that person in your heart subconsciously again, you will just end up just like the person who you hate. And one more thing on the forgiveness. Forgiveness is just not one day you could just wake up and forgive somebody. It's a process now. So every day, try to forgive and forgive and forgive. Although the person mightn't be in your face at the moment, or you might want to see them, you need to still try to release the person from your heart. And one day, you eventually would like to see the person and hug them up and give them a kiss and say, well, I forgive you, let's try again. And the advice to parents is, you always need to look at what you're doing in front of your children, even though with a small quarrel you might have between husband and wife, you need to watch what you say, because the way how the wife might talk to the child, the son might feel, well, that is how a woman's supposed to talk to me, and how the father will talk to the wife, the daughter will think that is how a man is supposed to talk to a woman. So you will need to be careful at every single thing you do in front of a child.